Take my time, take it easier. Don't need no lines, 'cause my moves are hot and I never stop, girl.
Hey you, I'm here to talk to you about this movie I went and saw Sunday night afternoon. A Haunting in Connecticut. Have you seen it? You have? Because I actually, this sounds weird, but I don't go to scary movies that often. And when I do, I like scary movies. I just am more of a comedy person. And I saw this, and it kind of freaked me out. I mean, I thought it was pretty scary. I don't know about your terms on scariness, but I thought it was pretty scary. I mean, at least I had my eyes like this, and I was like, ah, through some parts. But that's just because I knew that I had to be able to sleep the night after, because I had school the next morning, and it was spring break, and if I had to get a good night's sleep, because if not, I'd be like totally crashed. So I didn't want to really go to a scary movie. And the other thing, it was at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, which was a really weird time. But anyways, so I went and saw this movie with my friends, and I totally got freaked out. I mean, at first it was really good. I thought I'd give it like 4 stars, personally. I don't know what you'd think, but I thought it was pretty good. And it's about this like boy who has got cancer, and then they have to go to this certain hospital. So the hospital's in Connecticut, and they don't live in Connecticut. They live somewhere else. I don't know. I didn't really pay attention. If they said where they lived, I didn't hear it. So they rent a house in Connecticut, which turns out to be actually was a funeral home at one point. And this guy, it looks like way back in like maybe the 1900 or something. I don't know. They might have said the year. I wasn't paying attention that much because I'll tell you what I was doing during that. It's nothing bad, but it's something that I would do anyways. So it's a funeral home, and this guy way back before was holding like found this guy who was a medium, and they were like talking to the dead, and all of a sudden like the one guy goes missing, and all like there's 4 dead, and they find this out. And I guess one of the guys was like taking the dead, he took like the dead bodies from the funeral home and wrote all over them to use them for necromancy, and they took off their eyelids and then they hid them in the house, and it was really creepy. And they had the box with dried eyelids, and it was like really gross because they found the stuff, and the dead body people would show up everywhere, and then this one burnt guy would show up, and it was kind of confusing a little bit, but at the end you figured out everything, and I was like, oh, I get it now. But there were like tons of blue dead bodies with writing all over them, all over the place, and there's friggin' room that was totally black, but at night you could like see people in it, and then you could finally open it, and it turned out to be one of those places where there's like a bed where they mess with dead bodies, and there were all these tools and stuff, and it was like, oh, gross. And the one kid who had cancer chose to have his room next to that, and I'm like, what the hell is he thinking? And like, these people, they were kind of stupid. I mean, the dad was like a freaking PMSing bitch, okay? It was like, freaking out, you know? And he, just, you know, he like came home drunk once, and he was just freaking out. He was like, oh, I'm gonna crash all these light bulbs, bam, bam, bam. And all the kids are like freaking out because the mom finally just saw one of the ghost people. And like, everyone's super scared now, and the dad just comes home and he breaks all the lights. I mean, okay, and then after all the lights are broken, they start flashing, and it's like, whoa! But then like a race car, so I was like, where's the race car? And I was like, vroom! And that's when I started getting really hyper, and stuff. But anyways, and the kid is like retarded. I know he's got cancer and all, but he like walks around and he's like, I heard something, so I'm gonna go walk around. And the complete dark. I mean, I know everyone in a scary movie does that, but you know, this was based on a true story. I'd at least turn on the lights. And the one girl who was really smart, his cousin or whatnot, she was smart enough to like bring a light. Like this, she had a ghost in one of the ghost things in her room. She turned on the light and it went away, and then there was something under her bed, and it sounded like birds. Like, she woke up because all these birds were flying, because there was a mural with birds, and it sounded like birds were in a room. So she woke up, turned on the light, the body thing went away. and she went under the bed where there was something else you could hear it, the birds or whatever, and they went away too. She was smart. Everyone, and she was doing all the research and whatnot. Everyone else in that family was pretty dumb. And the mom, like, totally made the Reverend get out of the house. And the Reverend took out the wrong body, or ashes or whatnot, that made the other bodies, like, freak out. So they were all stupid. But otherwise, it was a really good movie. Just the people were stupid. And the guy that played the main character, Matt, he was pretty cute. He looked kind of like Robert Pattinson, but, you know, like, more American. Unless he's from Canada. Which is kind of weird. Because it was kind of funny, we were watching the credits and it had, like, American, like, it had, like, the people that picked the actors, and then it had the Canadian people, like, it, like, had their, like, it was all, like, actor people that picked them, and then it had Canadian people that picked them or whatever, and it was funny because they actually labeled them as Canadian, like, they didn't, like, put them all together, like, they had to actually label it as Canadian. I'm like, wow. And, yeah, it was a really good movie. You should go see it, and it's freaky. If you love scary movies, I think it was good, especially if you can't get into rated R movies, like I can't, because I'm not 17. I'm kind of only 14. And so I liked it. It was really good, but my friends got annoyed with me after a while because I was all freaked out in the beginning, but during scary movies, I'm usually the one who starts making fun of stuff, so by the end, like the last stretch of the movie, I started making fun of, like, after that big thing where the lights were all flashing and stuff, I was all like, ooh, the race guy, that's race, and stuff, and me and one of my friends were like, vroom, vroom, because there were only, like, 2 other people in the theater with us. There were 4 of us, and there was, like, 2 other groups in there of, like, couples, and we were running, before the theater got filled, we were running around the theater and stuff, and throwing popcorn everywhere, which probably was not considerate of the people that ran the theater, but, you know, we're teenagers, we do that stuff. And, when the Reverend, if you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. When the Reverend guy comes, when the mom calls him, and he comes, and he's all like, she's like, what's that? Because he takes off this box, and it looks like there's a cross in there. I'm like, it's a cross! And I yell that out, and he's like, he takes it, and he's like, magnets! We start laughing, because I yelled that out, and he's like, magnets, and we're like, oh, wow. And then he's going around like this, so me and my friend Emily were like, wee! It was fun. Take your friends to go see it. If you're a girl, take a boy. If you're a boy, take a girl. Unless you're not that way, take a boy. Then if you're a girl and you're that way, take a girl. Take whoever you're attracted to. Except for if it's, like, an animal. That would be weird. I mean, I'm not saying it's weird if you're attracted. Actually, it is kind of weird if you're attracted to an animal. But it would also be very weird if you took that animal on a date to the movies. Okay, I'm going to leave you on that note. Talk to you guys later. And, I should be making more movies soon. And if you like me, subscribe! Because I like you too. I basically am desperate for subscribers, which sounds really bad. I'm not desperate. I'm desperate for... I'm not desperate. I like subscribers. And if you subscribe to me, I will like you. No matter what. That was creepy. Ba-da-da! Boom. Remember, check out my blog on myspace.com, link in the sidebar. That's probably a creepy smile, isn't it? Check it out for bloopers.